Hi everybody, this is Carla, and this time I'm here with a review for episode 7 of season 2 of Marvel's Agent Carter. This episode is titled Monsters, and I have to say, for the most part of this episode, or maybe like for the first half or the first 3/5 or something like that, the episode didn't really grab me. I thought there was a lot of coming and going and a lot of things that I didn't like. Starting off with the whole thing about how Wilkes finally built that containment chamber thingy and he could stay solid within it. I liked the idea as soon as they mentioned it in a previous episode. I just think the execution was a little weird because I liked the look of the machine because it looked very 40s. It looked like something you would see in like a movie made in the 30s or 40s about like Jules Verne stories or something like that, like those machines that had like the big tubes and whatnot and the lights and the moving pieces. I liked it in that sense, but at the same time I felt it wasn't congruent with what they'd shown us before, because if you recall, from the very beginning of the season, the chamber that they used to contain the zero matter at Isodyne was so much different and so much more complex, and this just looked like a bunch of tubes put together with some lights. It didn't even have walls of any kind. It felt weird to me. It felt off. It felt like, I don't know, it felt like made up way more than the original one from the first episode did. So in that sense, that kind of threw me off right away. I also didn't like that Wilkes all of a sudden was like snapping at Peggy. I mean, was that supposed to be like some kind of jealous thing because of Sousa, or was he like stressed out of his mind and snapping at everybody? It just felt weird that it was a Peggy right away, like straight on, and I didn't like it. I like Wilkes because he's so kind of down to earth and he can see possibilities that the others can't see, and it kind of struck me as a weird choice of dialogue. Just, it felt off for him, for his character. It felt really out of character for him. I don't know. So I didn't like that part, but at the same time, I was interested in a way because of the whole containment chamber thing, and I wanted to see how it was going to work, because obviously he couldn't leave the containment chamber, so he's basically going to have to live there his entire life, right? Which is obviously not viable, so I wanted to see what was up with that. But then they go on this wild goose chase for Dottie, which, okay, I get it that they have to save Dottie because she's Peggy's responsibility. She got her out, and she has to get her back in. And I get that they knew it was a trap by Whitney. I do get it. It felt really like awkwardly patched together, the mission. Jarvis walks out with this device of Howard's that it's supposed to knock people out in one hit, and then they take it with them. And straight away I knew that he had gotten the combination wrong, because I distinctly remembered that the 3 numbers that he had input into the thing, they all ended with 4, and then when they got to the mansion, he did it with 3. So I knew straight away that something was weird. I'm like, what are you planning, you silly writers? But then just the whole thing, because they get there, they use the machine, and you have a bunch of people with guns just standing there and telling them, hey, don't move, we're coming closer, but don't move. And I'm like, you have guns, why don't you use them? And then they're using this long-range weapon against people with guns. It's just totally un-Peggy to do that, honestly. It's like, come on. Hand-to-hand combat would have been even better than just waiting behind the machine for it to work. That's like 5 seconds you don't have to spare. So that whole sequence just felt weird, and then they get thrown into the same place where Dottie is, and they don't even bother tying them upright, because all of them freed themselves, even Jarvis. I'm like, well, were they just planning to let them go? That seems incredibly stupid of Whitney Frost if that was her goal. Because this whole time she wants to get Peggy out of the way, why would she let her go? I mean, either you hire the stupidest people, the stupidest gangsters in all of LA, or they just can't make knots because they all literally freed themselves, which is ridiculous. And why didn't Dottie do that like before? I mean, she's been in there for like an entire day and she couldn't free herself, and then all of a sudden when Peggy gets there, she somehow gets divine inspiration and figures out how to get off the restraints. Like, really? It was just, it felt weird, and then the thing exploded. I'm like, okay, I'll buy that it has an auto explode mechanism of some kind. I'll buy it, but I wish they could have done it some other way, because it seems really like convenient that they just happened to blow up all the bad guys at once. Like, they didn't even have to fight one of them. That it just felt really contrived to me. So up to that point, I didn't really care for the episode at all. I was glad that Jarvis and Anna had their, talk, because I said it in the previous episode that they had to have some kind of talk about the risks he was taking, and it was sweet. I liked it. I also liked that Jarvis and Peggy had to talk about her suitors. That was kind of adorable. I mean, Jarvis is the closest thing to a girlfriend that Peggy basically has, so I thought that was kind of cute. And I like that he's like, yeah, I'm totally not surprised, and she's like, I am, because obviously she can't see how amazing she is, but that just makes her even more amazing, But still, those kind of were the only parts that I liked. The rest of it was just blah or weird or contrived, up until Dottie said, hey, the trap was not for you, Peggy. And I freaked. I'm like, holy crap. Wilkes and Anna are at the mansion. They're going to get killed now. And I was suffering so bad when the alarm started going on. And then Whitney came in, and then Anna didn't even realize, and then she starts talking to Wilkes, and I'm like, where the heck is Anna? She needs to get out of there. I was suffering so bad for Anna, guys. Like, seriously, I knew that Wilkes had to go and be involved in that somehow, but I did not want anything to happen to Anna. So, of course, when they go out of the house and Anna realizes they're leaving, and she goes to confront them, because she's that awesome. I mean, she's not a fighter, but she's not going to let that happen. She goes to confront them, and then Manfredi, which, by the way, I'm really glad Manfredi is back. I love Kim Marino. Manfredi tries to shoot her, and then Whitney's like, no, we don't have to do this. We're not monsters. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. I can stop freaking out right now. And then she shoots Anna anyway. I'm like, what the hell, Whitney Frost? What is going on? Like, what was the whole freaking point? Couldn't you have shot her, like, in the leg or something? Because that would have been a delay. It would totally have been a delay. You didn't have to shot her in the freaking gut. I don't even know what happened there. But at that point, I'm just, like, sitting there watching the thing and dying, because I'm like, no, I've grown to love Anna so much in these 2 episodes that just, I was kind of so distraught and freaking out. And then, of course, Dottie escapes, but I kind of expected her to escape, so, yeah. I don't necessarily mind that, but then, and then at the same time, Sousa's getting beaten up because it's stupid Vernon Masters, dude. And I'm just like, can you, like, seriously? I already feel like I have, like, a spear through my gut. Did you have to add more pain to that? Because maybe I didn't hurt enough, I guess. So Sousa gets beaten up, and I'm like, freak, don't kill him. Thankfully, they didn't kill him. They did, however, steal his job. Like, can Masters actually walk up to anybody and be like, hey, you're not chief anymore, I'm taking your job? Isn't he, like, FBI? Like, what is he? I don't remember what he is. But I don't think people from other agencies can just up and come in here and be like, you, out of your position. I don't think they can do that. I mean, isn't the SSR like autonomous or something? I don't know what's going on, but that dude has got to die. And Anna has got to live. That's all I'm saying, because if she dies, I will be like freaking flipping out, okay? I don't even know. She can't die. Come on, do you know what that would do to Jarvis? They would kill him. Let's be serious, writers. She can't die. Why did you kill Thompson? I don't care about Thompson. Go ahead, kill Thompson. Don't kill Anna. That's okay. I mean, I still feel like Wilkes is the one who's going to die, because I feel kind of like he's been dying since episode 1. So I'm pretty sure he's the one who's going to die. But then I tend to be wrong about these things, so I don't even know. But just don't kill Anna. That would suck so bad. Oh my god. I don't even know. So yeah, basically I was very blah about this entire episode until Whitney Frost went to the Stark Mansion and shot Anna, and then I started freaking out, like, I don't even know, like, what, like, I started freaking out majorly, and then I'm like, okay, this episode really, really hurt. It really hurt. So I can't believe now we have to wait a week to see if Anna makes it. That's torture, writers, come on. But, hell, what can I do? I mean, I hope that she'll make it. I have my fingers crossed for her, but that's about as much as I can do right now. So, guess I'll just have to wait. So, yep, that's it for my review. Pretty uneven episode. I didn't really like it until the very end, and then it just freaking hurt. So, that's pretty much like the general conclusion that I can make. I can only hope that the next one will be a little bit better and will make a little bit more sense. But in the meantime, be sure to visit our website at thegeekypub.com. We not only have reviews for the previous Agent Carter episodes, but also for other TV shows, books, movies. We have a ton of stuff in there, so be sure to visit and check it out. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that is usually where reviews go up first most of the time before they even hit the website. So if you don't want to miss anything that we upload, you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And that's it from me now. I will see you guys in my next review. Bye!